Thank you for all the pledges on Patreon. You are truly appreciated. Yo, this Queen's Flip. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. First and foremost, make sure you subscribe and turn your notifications on. Make sure you click that bell so you can get every single update of what we're doing on Flip the Script. I want to thank everybody, and I want to say from me to you, a Christmas gift, I'm giving you the full Camron interview. This is the full one. Shout out to Camron. Shout out to everybody that supported. Shout out to the movement. But I want to ask you guys a favor. For Christmas, if you feel generous, Ojo side, below is the link to the new computer for Flip the Script. The money is there. Y'all see what's going on. It's for Flip the Script. We need a new computer because we're doing a lot of work, and the old computer is giving us a little trouble. So, this is my gift from me to you. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. This is the new and the full Camron interview, and make sure you subscribe and turn your notifications on. G-Money, what's up? Flip the Script. I'm from Queens. G-Money.
Yo.
You know, we live, man.
What's good? What's
you know
good?
Where we at? You know what I'm saying? We pressed on time.
Nah, come on, cut it out.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't try to change now because the cameras is on, nigga. Huh?
If it get interesting, no homo.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to tell you now. Your beef with the time ain't with me is with the nigga with the clock because he going to come in here.
What's going on, man? How you doing, G?
I'm cooling.
You know, this is a... I'm excited about this episode.
Special edition.
You know what I'm saying? You know, one of the top people. I mean, one of my favorite people in the world. Mm-hmm. Not because of who he is in the game, because private conversations. This nigga got story for days. He's like an encyclopedia. You know what I'm saying? How you feeling though? You good?
Cooling, man. Everything good. Happy to be here.
Okay.
Ready to get straight to it. We ain't got that much time. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get straight into it. You gotta get right into it, baby.
What episode is this? 130. But we got rid of. Now you gotta say it.
The last one we
ain't put out because you know homie started spazzing. Yeah. That don't count. Yeah.
So that don't count.
Yeah. So we ain't gotta do that.
Excuse me.
But we got Cam in the building. What up, man?
Flip, what's up, G? How y'all doing?
What's poppin'?
Thank y'all for coming over. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you for having us, man.
Yeah, man. No problem, man. You know, happy y'all came on location for me.
I think this is our second guest. We went to the location. When we went to the location. So it's, you know.
No, I mean, I appreciate because he wanted to do it at the studio. I'm like, I seen it before y'all got popping. Y'all flew to like Bahamas to talk to Bangham Smurf. Wherever y'all flew at. Like
Trinidad. Yeah.
You can't drive 30, 40 minutes.
That's a fact.
Took a flight.
That's
do an interview.
But
you know.
You told Phil you're not sitting on that couch though. You said we got to come to you.
No, I appreciate it. I ain't going to dive in everybody.
No, it's all good though.
Yeah.
How you doing, man? You all right?
I'm good, man.
Good seeing you. I appreciate you coming on Flip the Script or allowing us to come here and record.
Nah, I'll see you guys work. And listen, let me tell you one thing. I do know this is ambition, hustle, and drive, and that's what you guys are doing along with consistency. That pays off. You know, you can't do this shit every 6-7 months. You know, you're being very consistent, whether it's somebody popping in the streets, whether it's somebody who got a story to tell. It's about consistency, and I see you guys' consistency. And besides that, I fuck with you besides that, so I thought it makes sense to do it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right.
Since we ain't do the battle.
Well, you know why we ain't do the battle.
You want to do one battle right now?
You know why we ain't do the battle.
You want battle right now off top?
You don't got it.
Yes,
What's
no?
up, Flip?
You don't got it no more.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
You think so? You think he don't got it no more?
Come on, we ain't paying attention. Okay, this is the tricks he do. Harlem shit. He's gonna talk us and kill the time, nigga. Hey, man, get to the interview, man.
Yo, so listen, you know, we saw some interviews you did recently, and you know, we know about your history. We know the Purple Haze 2 is coming out. We know,
right.
You know, Dipset and all that. The fans and myself want to go back to before that time. You know what I mean? I want to talk about Killer Cam before the deal, before Dipset, before.
Talk about anything y'all want to talk about. Anything, don't matter.
Take us back to your childhood real quick, man.
Excuse me.
Take us to young Cam on what's that, 139, 140?
I'm from 140th Street and Lenox Avenue. I grew up there. It was a cool childhood. My grandparents lived on the east side, so I went to my grandparents' house in 1199 on the weekends. Mm-hmm. I played a lot of basketball. You know, I grew up in a very, very rough area, but I didn't really come outside till I was probably 10 years old, 11 years old. Growing up on 140th, you could consider it 139th Street too, because it's a park there, and everybody from
in between, right in between
the blocks. So everybody goes in the park. But I grew up around people that's notable that you may know is Big L, Herb McGruff, Shamgar, who played in the NBA, who now is...
Shamgar.
Yeah, he's one of the assistant coaches on the Dallas Mavericks. God bless the dead. Ali Mo, Max Beach from my building. It's just a melting pot of different people, and it was really dope. But, you know, growing up in the 80s, 90s, New York is... Don't matter what hood you in, it's kind of the same thing going on, but it was pretty cool. What age are you referring to?
I mean, you kind of hit it on those right there between you know, before.
Gotcha.
You know, adolescent days.
Yeah,
and all that,
about
you know
9, 10. I mean, yeah, I'm just a regular kid in Harlem growing up.
I mean, tell us about your father. What do you know about him? I see you post pictures about him. You know what I mean?
I ain't never fucked with my father, really. I didn't. I just, you know, I put them pictures up of my father because my mother hates when people be like, twinning, because they say I look like my father a lot, so my mother gets aggy at that shit. But I didn't really grow up with my father, to tell the truth. My father was one of the biggest drug dealers in Harlem when I was first born, but then he started getting high off his own shit, fell off. But he gets a lot of respect from people his age. I bump into people his age and be like, yo, your father was this, your father was that. But I didn't really grow up around my father from the time I was 3 years old to, you know, he passed away maybe 10, 12 years ago. But I never grew up with him, really, tell the truth. I just post some pictures to piss my mom off.
Did you ever have a conversation with him, like about anything as far as childhood, or if he wasn't there, or him not being there or being there?
Far as having I actually had 2 fights with my father. Far as my father, pardon me, when I used to go to the east side to my grandmother's house, that's my father's mother, so I always stayed in contact with her. But we had conversations. My father would appear randomly, like I'd be playing basketball in the park when I'm 9, haven't seen him for I don't know how many years, and then I hear a voice behind me like, yo, put your elbow in when you shooting. And I'll be like, fuck, this nigga come from telling me to put my elbow in when I'm shooting. I ain't seen you in 6 years. So when I got older, we same kind of similar, the same shit. Then we got into a fight on Lenox Avenue one time. Then one time me and him got into a fight in my grandmother's house when I told him to get the fuck out, because at 16, you can't really pop into my life 12, 13 times and be telling me what to do. So we had conversations, but I didn't.
About fist fights?
Yeah, real fist fights. Yeah.
I have a question. On the Confessions of Fire album, you said something about your aunt. Was that true? Was any?
What did I say about her?
I forgot.
That's 22 years ago you talking about. You got to refresh my memory a little bit.
You said something about, you know what I mean, I don't know what song, but something that, I don't know if she was touching you or whatever. Was that
ain't true.
Okay.
I was being real creative on Confessions of Fire album because that was just an era, you know, styles was changing, everything that wasn't necessarily true. And then I had to compromise a lot of what I wanted to do to what I had to do because I signed with at that time. You got to realize they come from working with Biggie Smalls. Biggie Smalls died the same year that I signed to them niggas. So a lot of shit in the studio was like, yo, Biggie would have did it like this. Yo, why you ain't doing it like Biggie? Because Biggie say this, he cheese, eggs, and Welch's grape. I'm like, yo, it's only one Biggie, my nigga. And it was fresh off his death. So I got a lot of that pressure that they want me to do shit that kind of how we know the system we know how it works. So I compromised a lot of myself on that album. Even with that album cover, I'm still a little sketchy about it. I'm uncomfortable looking at it. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't my idea, but when you first get in your record deal, you know, you kind of capitulate the work with the people who you think have the experience.
So you gaffled the world?
No, they gaffled the world. Basically, I was still rapping. I wrote my rhymes, but I still sold a gold album. When SDE came around, they lost their deal, so I kind of started doing things on my own when SDE came around, but the label was whack. So the real me didn't really come out till I got the Rockefeller, because I was with a nigga that I fucked with for years before music even was in play.
Got you.
Not gonna catch me with gaffle the world.
Come on, my nigga. I'm not trying to catch you, but I'm saying you just said that you. And I get it, because Biggie says some crazy lines and stuff, so I could see
Eminem say crazy lines all the time.
Who?
Eminem, he's considered one of the best
sellers. We're talking about you.
Yeah, well, you threw Biggie in there, so I threw Eminem in there.
Yeah. I ain't doing this with you. You more knowledgeable with raps than me. I ain't going to even play this game. You ain't going to embarrass me. All I know that you said a line in the rap. I had a question about it, and to me, it's a gaffle. You openly admit that you gaffled, and I respect it.
No problem.
Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
Okay.
Yo, so basketball. Mm-hmm. When you're younger, you heard up. You had a good jump shot. You had a good game. What made you?
Yo, Reg, you pass me a water, please. I'm sorry.
Nah. What made you change to the rap game?
Well, I played basketball really well in high school. I was supposed to go to the University of Miami. We lost in high school. I never went back to high school. But the University of Miami, thank you, bro. Appreciate it. The University of Miami got me into a junior college called Navarro Junior College in Corsicana, Texas. So I was going to go there for 2 years, then go to the University of Miami. I ended up going there. I tore the ligament in my ankle, so I couldn't play. I ended up redshirting that first year. And I had too much time on my hands. Culture shock. Like now it's different. You see Walmarts and all that shit everywhere. I've never seen a Walmart till 1994, so I went to Texas and a Kmart where you could buy a bag of chips, your deodorant, and a gun. You know what I'm saying? Like it really wasn't no law to have an ID. If you was old enough, 18, you could go buy a gun. And I just had too much time on my hands in Texas and was doing dumb shit and ended up getting kicked out of school. So then when I came back home, Mase was in the process of getting on, and me and him went to high school together and rapped together in high school and shit like that. And I didn't really want a lot of people to see me because I didn't feel like answering questions like, yo, Cam, why you not in school? You too good not to be in school. So I just worked on my craft with music and kind of hid out from a bunch of people because I didn't feel like answering them questions. Then, Mase got his deal. Me and my cousin Bloodshed, we ended up getting a deal at this label called Freeze Records. That shit was trash. And then, Blood died in the middle of that deal. And they let me out the deal, and then I ended up running around with Mase again, and that's how I met up with Biggie Smalls. But the reason I didn't play basketball again because we was kind of on the brink of getting a deal when I got kicked out of school. I ended up transferring actually to a school in the Bronx called Monroe.
Okay, Monroe, yeah.
But I never went to school because it was too much. I never made it to school. Time I walked to the train station, I ran into 20, 30 niggas before I got on the train to go to school. So I never really even made it to school. That nigga Trump. Sorry about that. So I never even really made to school when I transferred to Monroe.
The basketball game that y'all lost, that was a game that, with the footage that's going around, y'all was mad and all that?
Which basketball game?
I don't know. Y'all lost a game, which is like a championship game, I guess.
Who's mad?
Somebody was sad in the video. I don't know if it like you had probably Mase. One of y'all was crying.
Oh, that's in high school, in the Killer Season movie. Yeah, that's I play a lot of games. I didn't know what game he was referring to. Yeah, that was a Killer Season movie. That was when I was in 10th grade. We was in the championship. If you play in the PSAL, the championship games at Madison Square Garden. I did work that game, but I just missed the last shot.
Don't wave your hand at me, bro.
Not feeling nothing. You're so mad it's a real interview.
I love you. Nah.
You're trying to catch any little thing to start anything. This nigga's mad dry. He got all the questions. He nigga's like, where can I catch him at? Guys, ask the questions you want to ask to make yourself feel comfortable, man.
I'm comfortable already. You know what I'm saying? When, I know you said this before, but, when did you meet Capo? What age you met Zeke? Like, if you tell me, like.
Well, I always knew Jim. Runts is crazy. I ain't want to choke. No homo. I met Jim because my grandmother lived in his grandmother building. Remember I was telling you how I go to my grandmother's house on the east side? Yeah. Jim's grandmother lived in the same building my grandmother lived in, and it's a recreation center in them buildings. So everybody from them, they're not projects, but they, however you want to call it, buildings or whatever, went to the recreation center. So Dame Dash is from over there too. So we all played ball. It used to be some crazy ass pool parties like once, twice a month over there. The best out used to throw in the recreation center over there. It was really crazy over there on some cool shit though. And I met Jim probably when I was 10, 11 years old, nothing like hanging out with Jim or nothing like that, but because of the recreation center and because he lived in the building that my grandmother lived in. As far as me and Jim getting cool, you're saying? As far as me and Jim getting cool, probably we was doing some mixtapes and shit, me and Mase, Ron G mixtapes and a whole bunch of other shit. And, you know, like I said, we always was cool with Jim. It wasn't we wasn't cool with him. So Jim's grandmother had passed away. And he was like, yo, man, you know, y'all want to come fuck around at my crib, you know, it's cool, nobody there. And at that particular time, a free crib was a big deal. Like, oh shit, you got a free crib? He had the permanent free crib, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a fact.
So we started going over there as more of a just hangout, you know what I'm saying? And then that's how me and Jim got cool. Cause not saying we wasn't cool before, but I'm saying building a rapport.
I got you.
Building a rapport and shit like that. Cause you know, you got the free crib, it's cool. And then Jim, you know, talking to Jim, this is not something that I would say unless he said it. But he said it, he really know, he needed us at that time too, because, you know, the person he grew up with just passed away. So kind of all worked out, you know what I'm saying? And then we used to be in Jim house, you know, doing what 17, 18-year-old niggas do. And we all used to rap, Bloodshed rap, Mase rap, I rap, all rap. So we like, yo, you need to learn how to do this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And fuck around, and we taught him little patterns and shit that we did, and he practiced and pursued that shit. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't an overnight process, but that's how me and Jim got really cool. As far as how I got cool with Jewels, Jewels, one of my dudes I grew up with. He telling me about this kid he got that live on his block, but I didn't really have my shit together. I just was in the middle of doing my second album. My first deal ain't go right. So he keep telling me about this kid, and I'm like, yo, I'll get to it when I get to it. And he was driving me around one day, and I was asleep. And when I woke up, Joel was in the back seat, and I was kind of mad about it. I'm like, yo, my nigga, I told you, this ain't really the time to do this shit. And he started rapping, and he was good. And I was like, yo, this kid is kind of nice. Then I bring him to the studio. He was busting songs out. One of my homegirls, this is when I started paying attention to artists, no homo, no homo, no homo. One of my homegirls was like, yo, he's cute, he can rap, he's marketable. And I'm like, he cute, you know, and you gotta, I was too young to look at him like image-wise, you know what I'm saying, at that mentality. And she's the one put the bug in my ear, like, yo, you should fuck with him. And I did, but my man that I grew up with since I was like 6 years old introduced me to him. Me and Zeke, where did we meet, Zeke? Like, we might have, I don't know, we might have met some wild shit on him. I just always told Zeke whenever I seen him, I'm like, when I get a record deal, you're gonna be my hype man, because this nigga just,
freaky.
He was like a wild nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, Zeke was like he's like a different type of nigga, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was this is what I knew, like, I was like, this nigga, I'm gonna fuck with this nigga, because it was like we was in Jim house, and there was this like kid who was kind of tough in Jim house. And Zeke was drunk one night, and Zeke took his hat off his head and said, I'm using this, I'm going to the store. And there was a big ass fight in the hallway with him and Zeke, because Zeke didn't want to give this nigga his hat that he took off his head, you know what I'm saying? That's like if a nigga come right now, take your hat, you don't even know him, and say, I'll be back.
Oh, it's over.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, this nigga kind of crazy, man. But he's a cool nigga. It wasn't crazy. Like, one time, because Zeke be knocking niggas out, he hit hard too. That nigga hit real hard. And he'll try you. And I remember one time we was in the crib and this nigga was fucking with me like the nigga with the hat. And he kind of rushed me and I flipped that nigga. And I was like, he's like, oh yeah, you tough too, huh? And I was like, yo, I don't want to play with you, man. But you can't just be running down on everybody like this, my nigga. He's like, I like you too, man. And I fuck with that nigga ever after that. I don't remember the original place we met at. But yeah, and that's how Jim house was kind of a melting pot for like how niggas got cool and shit.
Yo, so real quick, I want to know when did you realize that you were nice at rapping? Like, who co-signed you to make you feel like you can be in the game? You know what I'm saying?
like rapping was my cousin blood shit. I used to just do it with him and shit. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be a basketball player. So we used to start rapping and shit. But it was this nigga named Twan from these buildings called Franklin and shit on the east side. And he was good at rapping. Twan was nice. So we used to rap with him and shit, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, yo, you kind of nice, Cam. And I'm like, well, you think I'm nice? He's like, nah, you kind of nice. He's like, yo, I'm going to tell my man Big L about you. We go to Richmond together. And I'm like, Big L? Because this on the east side of my grandmother's house, I see him. I'm like, Big L live on my block. He like, get the fuck out of here. I said, that's my man. He like, I'm going to tell niggas, because we be rapping at Richmond in school and all this, whatever. So Big L was like, yo, my man Twan told me you rap, Cam. I'm like, yeah, I rap. Because Big L was just starting to get rap. He was down with DITC and Lord Finesse and all this shit. So his shit was starting to pick up a little bit. And I rapped for L. He said I was nice too. So I was like, maybe I'm nice. And that was that.
You and Mase was friends since how old?
In high school, we got kind of cool. I knew Mase for years because he played basketball too. But hanging out was high school, 9th grade.
Did he have any influence on your music or how you rap or anything? Do you feel like he had any influence on it?
He didn't really have influence on it. Mase got on first. And he hung out with a dude named Kuda. And Kuda kind of influenced everybody on, not everybody, Mase I should say, on how to flow and everything. Because Mase was real, he didn't write no shit for the bitches in the beginning. He was tough, man. His shit was, the Murder Mase shit was tough. That shit was tough. Mase was tough. But Kuda was teaching niggas how to do songs, how to do hooks, and how to bounce, and telling niggas bitches fuck with the niggas more, and so on and so forth. Kuda brought a lot of knowledge to Mase. Like Kuda had Nelly too. You know, you see how Nelly shit go. You know what I'm saying? And he's the one who kind of changed niggas' flows or taught niggas how to do whatever. Mase was in the mix with all of us, whether it be Big L, Gruff, myself, whoever else was out there rapping. It's just that, you know, Kuda had helped them and then they was busting real moves. It's one thing that's rapping in a park every day, but if you're not going to where somebody was going to sign you or try to fuck with you, you just rapping in the park.
Did his cosign help your career at all?
Absolutely.
I have a question.
Yeah.
The rumor was, or I guess it's a fact, that, you know, I guess Mase wanted to charge you to to be in your video, yes?
One of the videos, yeah.
One of the videos. And then I spoke to you about this privately because I said in retrospect, you know, you're a businessman, you're a very serious businessman. I asked you, do you respect the fact that he did that? You know what I'm saying? Because you got your, the way you put shit together. You know what I'm saying? It's not the apple that fall too far from the tree. Huh? I'm saying? Yeah, I related to him, but similarities. You taxing niggas.
Apple and tree fuck is you talking about?
You taxing niggas. You know what I'm talking about.
I'm falling out. You calling me an apple from that nigga tree?
No. What I'm
fuck
saying
is you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about.
I ain't nobody apple no homo, man. That's we gonna start right there, my nigga.
So you ain't nobody apple.
What the fuck are you talking about, nigga? Apple from the tree.
Stick to the apple part, yeah. When you finish.
Yeah, apple. That's your apple right there. That's an apple from the tree. How you calling me an apple from the tree?
Pardon me. I didn't mean, you know what I meant though. It's similarities in the behavior.
If we was chilling no homo off camera, that might have been cooler. But you're not going to flip the script apple tree me without no comeback.
I said pardon me.
Man.
I take the apple tree out.
Mase, but all jokes aside though, Mase was a real. He had his foot to the pedal early in the business, being around Kuda, and at that age, certain shit niggas couldn't understand, including myself.
Respect. You
know, like all jokes aside from beginning, but looking back on a lot of shit that he did, business-wise, can't really be mad at it. Would I do the same thing? Not necessarily, but now growing, I understand it. You know, he did the 357 video. Think unwanted him to do the horse and carriage video, so he's asking for money for the horse and carriage video. And, you know, me not knowing the game that time and not saying that, you know, Mase was doing Mase. And me trying to learn and navigate as things go through my first deal, you know, it's like, now you got putting the battery in my back, like, Your man want $30,000 for the video. That's crazy. That's out your budget. Da 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 da. But Mase's argument is like, they may not love me next year. I got to get what I can get while I'm there. That's what Mase would say. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But looking back on it, I'm not mad at Mase on doing that. At the time, I might have been me. If this was Zeke or Jewels or somebody else, you see how we play. I could have, Jim wasn't signed to Rockefeller. I could have said, yo, you want me at a video or anything, Alan Grumblatt, give me $50,000 to be there. You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
It's the same kind of scenario, but our bond was a little closer as I thought me and Mase bond might have been too. But as a businessman, you couldn't be really mad at the decision he made.
So it was no friendship.
We was friends. Listen, man, what I tell niggas is this, right? When it come to that being older now, looking back on that situation, right? So let me ask you this, right? You how old are you? You younger than 35?
32.
All right, right. So you know somebody right now, right, that maybe, let's say 26, 27, just example, friend. If you give them 200, they may not got no bread. If you put 250,000 inside a 25-year-old hand that you know, how they gonna act?
They're gonna blow it.
Honestly, that's super homo, but yeah.
I said pause.
Okay, cool. Them pants is pause, no homo, nigga. Fuck is you got on your long johns, nigga? Fuck is you up on your too comfortable, nigga?
Boy, yo,
hey,
chill out. No, I'm about to roast you. Chill out, man.
Yo, let's
chill
play.
out. I don't want to play around, man.
You want to
play? You try to divert, nigga. You try to divert from what I'm saying.
Listen, I'm going to get to what you saying.
You try to divert.
I look this way and I see your calf muscle, nigga. The fuck is you talking about?
You really roasting me like this?
Yo.
Hey, give my man some chapstick.
Yo, that's why I got the water. Okay, cool. I'm cool with that. But listen, man, if you know a nigga 25, 26 years old and they get $250,000, like I said, you said they gonna blow it.
Yes.
Right. So, right, Mase was 21 years old, 22 years old, with $6-7 million. Right? Mm-hmm. When you that age and you around that, you think that's the way it's supposed to go forever. Because you get it at a young age. You like, yeah, life about to be good. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So if you get $6-7 million at 21, 22 years old, and we both know a nigga 26 years old that you give $250,000 who they gonna lose their mind, nigga going through a little some crazy shit. I'm giving Mase the benefit of the doubt of situations, decisions he may have made when he's young. You get what I'm saying? Motherfucking, I can't even think, I'm trying to think of an example of a nigga that I know that's that disciplined with that type of money. It's hard to come by. So that's all. I wasn't trying to avoid the question. I was just trying to say the game don't come with instructions.
Understand.
You don't come in and be like, yo, this the pamphlet on how to act if you get $2 million tomorrow. Mm. Yo, if you go triple platinum before you 22 years old, read this. There's no instructions.
And the reason why I said that is because, like I said, we had private conversations, and I'm going to be mindful, but you said we could talk about anything. Well, I'm not going to really. What I'm going to say is that I've witnessed you, be about your business to friends. Not friends or people. I ain't going to say friends. I don't know how close you are with them, but you know each other for years. And I learned some things from you. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my business shit too because I'm inspired, but I watch you do the same shit. I'm just saying, man, nigga gotta, you know what I mean? I watch it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I asked you, in retrospect, do you kind of understand? But that probably was close to that. You probably thought that, yo, you should do it off the arm. I don't know. We passed that, man. So, you know what I'm saying? But I always wanted to know that, for years, you threw shots at him for years. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to know why you did that. Did it stem from that, or it was just in between shit he was doing?
It's a lot of
shit. Like that, bro.
I'm asking you, man.
You just told me instead of asking me.
How much time, Rick?
Yeah.
Just gonna extend this shit, no homo, but
he should have stopped the time when the doorbells and all that. He stopped the time then?
It's all inclusive.
Oh yeah. I let me make these last 30 count.
That's homo.
Okay, you really don't want to do it. Answer the question, man.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Last 30 what? No homo.
Pause. I'll let you take it.
Yo, listen, nah, it's for real. It was a lot of shit. Like, so, for instance, right? And none of this shit had to be done. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He went and got the label deal after he got his regular deal from Jermaine Dupri. Ended up giving him a label deal, all out. He got that deal, so he wanted to round niggas up and everything. Mm-hmm. And he kind of was getting artists that really wasn't artists. Not saying like that, but Mino was really a rapper from 129th Street. Loon was on the come up, just figuring it out. You got Hud Six who didn't rap, Sugar J who didn't rap, Stace and his sister didn't rap. Got 2 M's and was giving everybody $10,000 a piece. And I was like, nah. Like, I was there the whole, before this deal came apart. And I was like, nah, that's when I was out. That was it. I was like, I'm not taking 10 bands off 2 M's and we done sit here and did the whole motherfucking album, going to tour with you, whatever. I'm not saying I wanted anything from that, but moving forward, let's move forward accordingly. So after that, I kind of stopped fucking with him.
And you start going at him?
Nah, not really. Not really till he started playing around with God and shit. Niggas was like, yo.
I have a problem with that, though.
I
got a problem when you said that, and I told you this privately. Like, you telling, that was his choice. I felt that you used that as an excuse to get at him. He wanted to play around, it had nothing to do with you. Don't you agree?
No, you said that's your opinion. It's not mine.
Respect.
Yo, so you, so you dealing with that? Do you think that made you want to? Cause I saw the interview. You spoke about taking care of your peoples. Did that play a part in the way you acted as you got older and trying to put like jewels on the right way and everyone part of your family and your team?
Well, yeah, but movement's always been popping. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's like Tribe Called Quest, like not Tribe Called Quest, they was a part of it. What's Native Tongues?
Native Tongue, yeah.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's No Limit or Cash Money. Or like I always thought movement though. Like Big L was doing the movement. He was putting Children of the Corn together, which we was a part of. And he just, he had, like his deal wasn't right for him, let alone put the team on, and then niggas started heating up. So it kind of, not like we was passing him, but niggas started getting offers for deals, just learning the business a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So he was trying to do a movement. You know, Bad Mase signed to a movement. Even though it's a label, it was still a movement. You know what I'm saying? So putting together a movement wasn't like a big thing for me to think about, just more about finding the right pieces to put it together.
But you didn't even wait though. The first time you got the deal, you was trying to just bring the whole team with you. You know what I'm saying?
Because I seen it. You know, I seen what we needed to do. Because if I eat and then I put somebody on, he eats, then we both eat. Then it's just nothing but train circle. Like, you know, that shit goes to be overlooked a lot. Like, cause nobody do shit like that. Like, what I was trying to do, and I was just too picky on picking artists, is Master P. And I know I probably said this in another interview or whatever, but what a lot of niggas don't realize because they're too young to know is that Master P was putting out 3 albums a week. Master P had 110 artists. The nigga had the No Limit everybody, not just the niggas. They had a nigga named Mr. Servon, all type of niggas. Like, it was niggas coming out that you never see or hear again. That nigga had 100 artists putting out 3 albums a week when he was hot. So I'm like, yo, this is, then the nigga ended up having like $300-400 million. I don't know, that blueprint seemed good. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was looking at. And I'm like, yo, that shit. And then me going to school in Texas, I went back after I got kicked out, and everybody was Master P'd out one year, like 94, like 95 or 96, everybody the Ice Cream Man. And meanwhile in Texas, they ain't playing no New York shit, you know what I'm saying? When I was in school, all they's playing like Rugged Thuggish Bone. And then I came home and heard Shook Ones. I'm like, yeah, finally something. Shook Ones got me kicked out of school, that song.
What?
Yeah, I got drunk and threw on my Walkman and looked Shook Ones, and somebody said some slick shit and I bashed them over the head with the bottle. They came to my room, I had to hear in my room. I got kicked out.
Wow.
Over Shook Ones. But that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, motherfucker, I was no New York shit getting played nowhere else. So I'm sitting there saying, New York is cool, but it's a big world out there. So I need to, I wasn't just trying to have only New York artists. I was trying to have artists everywhere because I thought what Master P was doing was so dope, especially a time where New York wasn't even playing shit that wasn't from New York because we kind of dictated what was going on.
Right.
I remember Master P was trying to get up here. He said, fuck New York. I got 49 other states, man. They acting crazy with my music. They don't want to play it. Fuck them niggas.
Who else did you
That was that.
Who else did you come across that you might have probably wish you would have put down the part of your team early on to add to your roster? You know what I'm saying?
It was, I don't want to sit here and go through who coulda, woulda, shoulda, but it's a lot of artists I missed out on. Even like, not to keep dwelling on the same thing, not to keep going Master Pete out and nothing. We didn't know who the fuck these niggas was. We never seen them once or twice. It could have been this nigga neighbor, my nigga. It didn't matter. These niggas wasn't big hit niggas, but they was selling 300,000-400,000 albums just because you was under the No Limit umbrella. It wasn't even about finding a superstar artist with that shit because I'm like, yo, you never gonna see these niggas again, but if he gonna make $3-4 million off every random nigga,
why not?
And you got 100 niggas, then whatever. But I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of artists that's dope. I don't want to say names who I coulda, woulda, shoulda, but yeah, we missed out on a lot of good people.
I heard bring us back when Dame brought you to do the deal with Rockefeller. I gave you the deal, right? Like, bring us back to that moment.
What happened was Epic wasn't doing the right thing. I was stuck in a deal with them niggas. Dame was my man for years, but we had fell out over something stupid and wasn't speaking. Rockefeller was already taking off way. They was popping. Dame Dash had superpower in the industry. So I called him and we had spoke for a couple years, went to his house, talked to him about it. He wasn't tripping over the shit. I wasn't tripping over the shit. I told him what was going on at Sony. And, at this time I wanted to get out my deal. So I was going to Sony every day with like 40 niggas, just making it real uncomfortable up there for them niggas, Niggas sitting in cubicles, ordering food, all type of shit, going to boss office in the middle, Dave McPherson office in the middle of his meetings, sitting there. It just got more cheaper to get rid of us because they had hired police, just because they couldn't stop me from coming up there because I was signed there. And Dame came up there with me and he was like, isn't this expensive to do this every day? It's like, you might as well just let this nigga go. He's not going to stop. And Dave McPherson was really cool about it. He let me out the deal. And then I went to Rockefeller.
Bring us to the day you started, you had the team and you wanted to start Dipset. You know what I mean?
Well, Dipset, like I told you, this been going on kind of like since Jim's house. You know what I'm saying?
So Dipset been since back then.
Yeah, that's why we always put 1997 like established. All our numbers 1997, because that's when we started trying to get all that shit together. But even if you look like on the back of the SDE album is Dipset, all type of shit on there, it's just that we didn't get the deal until we got in a good situation. So once we got the Rockefeller, not only was we in a great situation, and CEO of the label is my man. So
Thanks.
It only made sense to do it then.
What about the extension niggas? Like, you know what I mean? Like, Hell Rel, J.R. Ryder.
Why would you call them extension niggas?
But they were part of the fit. I'm just saying, they wasn't the man. Those my man. Nah. I'm just saying.
You ain't gotta explain to me, though.
Nah, what you mean? I gotta explain to nobody. I'm just saying, what about when I say extension, meaning that? So they were part of the main Dipset roster. Pardon me.
This is your language. I understand what you're saying.
No, but I'm asking you now because you want to be funny, so I'm asking you.
What about them? Them is my niggas. What's going on? You called them extension niggas and getting mad at me for doing
I'm not mad at you. I'm saying, what about the? All right.
What about them?
You know what I mean, though, right? How did they become part of the movement?
So we started putting out these Diplomat mixtapes, and my man Luca Abrazi, he was running the Taliban shit on 145th and Broadway. Like, they was selling mad CDs like they was fucking HMV or some shit, like super, like wild amount of money, like it was drugs. More the story is, He put together a mixtape called the Taliban mixtape, and Hell and JR was on it. He's another nigga. We had like 8, 9 niggas on there, and I listened to it. And Hell and JR was dope. And I was like, yo, what's up with them 2 niggas? He's like, you want them? Take them. And that's how that went about. I started fucking with them niggas. Because I didn't want to like step on his toes. If he told me they was his artist, I want to fuck him. But me and him worked shit out anyway. We worked it out financially.
All right. And then but you were more like, both of them was on the even playing field, or you was more with JR?
It was even, same thing.
Oh, okay. All right. And what happened with that?
No homo, you got glitter on your eye.
Yo, stop playing around.
Yo, all right,
what happened with this? Come on, man.
Yo, on your eyelid, no homo. What happened with them? What you mean? What happened with them?
What happened with them, bro? Like, you know what I'm asking? Like, we not doing this, man.
Yo, G Money, could you translate what he's trying to ask me? What happened with him?
What happened with the situation?
Had a falling out at some point?
Okay, what happened with them as far as a falling out?
I'm gonna turn up on this.
Because I don't know.
I try to chill because you my man, but nah.
First of all, you called them extension niggas and say what happened to them.
No, I didn't mean to call them extension niggas. What I'm saying is that extension, you know what I mean by extension? You know, it takes a Harlem nigga to always hype something and make it into something else. And they probably gonna fall for the gaffle. You know what I'm saying?
Mean like they came after Kim and Jones.
Exactly,
and
you know what I mean.
Listen, what happened with them was, I never had no deal with them. I was going to try and work a deal out with both of them, but I respected that everybody was getting hot. Everybody was getting hot at the time, and you know, Jimmy went and did a deal at Koch. Me and Jewels was over at Def G and Rockefeller with them, and they kind of was playing the waiting game, but they didn't want to wait, and I respected that. And they let me know they wanted to do a deal at Baby Grand. And I was like, look, if you do this deal at Baby Grand and the numbers don't be coming back right, it's going to be hard to go back and politic with the CEOs of the people that I'm doing business with, because they play a numbers game. So if the sound scan at that time wasn't right, it's going to be hard to do X, Y, and Z. They wanted to get the money. I didn't say nothing about it. I was like, do what you got to do. And they ended up just going to Baby Grand and had a situation for themselves.
Why everybody get mad at you and start dissing you, though? I mean, they do.
You know what happens, man?
Yo, I'm gonna keep it 100. Yo,
you know what happens?
Do you think? Yeah.
Tell me, go.
Do you think people like? Do you think that it's just a situation where they jump into it, become overzealous? Because a lot of people that get mad at you end up, you know, wanting to rectify things.
That whole sentence was gay.
Yo, why are you
niggas say, yo, jump into it and get overzealous and rectify it.
Yo, why you doing that? Yo, Killer, I'm trying to, I'm really playing with you.
That's crazy, too.
Why you doing that? Pause. Right,
now, let me tell you something serious.
The whole interview, right? Pause.
Yeah. All right. Yo, but seriously, what I think, and listen, they have and not just them, I'm just saying people have a very different opinion. Me personally,
respect.
Just my opinion, and just me personally is, and think they realize it, not they, whoever, everybody who you say whatever. Anybody you talking about, I bring to the bank. They get bread. If they don't get M's, they get hundreds of thousands.
Facts.
They bought 2, 3 cars, they live in cribs, they move out their house, whatever. What happens is this, my personal opinion, and this isn't nothing anybody told me, is that when times get rough, you look for a reason to say, blame a nigga. And I tell niggas all the time, I be like, yo, because I bring you the bread, I'm not your it's not my job to tell you how to finance your money or how to keep it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's times where, for instance, I'll tell you, you know what happened with JR? I'll tell you the last thing that happened with JR, because me and JR never had no problem till he's about to go to jail. Me and JR may not have speak, because we ain't like we speak all the time or whatever. So we speak once in a while. I guess he's about to go to jail. We haven't spoken in a while, and he wanted some money or whatever. So at this time, I told him, I said, yo, write me 316s for Juju, and I'll give you some bread. And he got mad at that. And he was like, nigga gonna charge me to give me some bread and want me to write rhymes for the shit, and I'm about to go to jail. And that's when he started dissing niggas and got mad and all that. Because that's what happened.
What? All right, and then I did an interview. We did an interview with him. You know what I'm saying, and he expressed regret for doing that. You know what I'm saying, coming at the killer, and he said that y'all had a good business relationship together. You know what I mean? And I agree. But you're a type of guy that you show love, and love is love, and you wish everybody the best in their life. You
ain't never really hear me diss JR.
Never.
I've never dissed JR.
It's just funny to me that people get mad at you. You know what I'm saying? That's why. So I asked, what do you do to them? Same thing with Vado. Vado got mad at you, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just want to know what you be doing to these people. But then I don't know if he wants to rectify it. But.
Listen, I don't have a problem with Vado. One day Vado had called me and was just like flipping on me like, yo, you gonna stop talking about me. You gonna stop talking about me. And I'm like, what are you talking about? No, I'm not talking about you. Just like when shit was cool, we were just arguing about Dwight Howard going to the Lakers.
Yo, stop playing. Yo, everything ain't a joke, man. Stop playing around, bro.
Dwight Howard went to the Lakers the first time.
Now I'm loud now. Stop playing, killer. It's not a joke. You're arguing about Dwight. Why he got mad at you, bro?
I'm telling you. We was talking about Dwight Howard going to the Lakers one day. He had just went to the Lakers the first time.
Yo.
That's the last conversation we had. Then he called me next day like, yo, you gonna text me. He said, yo, you gonna stop talking about me, man. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? He's like, yo, your own family telling me you talking about me. And I'm like, yo, bro, I ain't talking about you, my nigga. He was like, keep my name out your mouth. So I called him. I'm like, yo, where you at? He not picking the phone up. So I texted him, I said, look, I'm not doing all this. If you want to meet me or we talk or whatever, cool. You're not picking the phone up. You don't want to meet up. This is just random going off. Then like 3 days after that, he was like, no, my bad, is bugging. And I said, nah, we good, bro. It's all good. But that was just the end for me. I just didn't fuck with him after that.
And then,
but we still cool. I didn't want to be bothered with it no more.
And then you had to deal with him. He was signed to you, yeah?
Yeah.
So how you got to deal with Khaled? Can you?
Nah, well, he already was out there with me. Khaled just called me as a form of respect. But what happened was, and it's crazy. One of my good friends, my man Tone, we had stopped speaking over this situation. And that's like my nigga, man. I was really like one of my cool I fuck with that nigga. But we stopped speaking over the situation because it was just too much non-communication, I would say, because we ended up doing a deal with Interscope with G. Nelson and G. Robeson. And I would go up there with Vado and we say something. Then next week, Tone would go up there with Vado and say he's the manager and whatever. And they just wasn't clear because me and Tone wasn't speaking and Vado wasn't saying nothing. Vado was letting both of us come up there, which was no problem, but it just needed to be better communication. And unfortunately, me and Tone wasn't speaking at the time. And because of this, the whole thing with Vado, we had a rapport with Vado before I started coming around. And it just wasn't healthy for business because me and Tone been friends for years and never did business. Then once business got involved, our relationship kind of went down the drain, which I wish, like certain niggas like that's my nigga. I wish we'd have never did business because that was my friend. You don't get a lot of friends in this game. So, for a fact that me and him don't speak, that's kind of, that irks me sometimes because that was my man.
Can it be rectified?
No, what? No homo.
You and him, you and Tone talk.
Oh, I would love to. That's my man, definitely.
That shit, salute. Yeah. Tone from Queens?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
What, you know Tone?
Nah, I'm just from Queens.
Oh, all right.
I'm from Queens. You know what I'm saying?
I hope so.
Let me ask you a question. You, for the couple of years, man, I want to say, first of all, I want to commend you for your new behavior. I've been around you for about, going on 2 years, off and on, and see you with a lot of manners, very respectful. You say thank you to the door lady. You say thank you to the people in the gas station. You make sure you say thank you. You make sure they hear you. Now, I don't know if you're putting it in the air as you want Carmen to come back to you, but when I was watching you coming up, you were very ignorant. And I asked you this privately, I'm going to ask you this publicly. What changed? What happened What made you become so respectful, so understanding? You know, you try to put on this theatrics against me and talk about my pants and all that.
Come on, man.
You know what I mean? But what made you change? Because you're very respectful. You look at things from a different perspective.
I'm over 40, bro. You want?
Oh, you said that to me.
Yo.
I just want to see if your answer was the same.
I'm over. Yo, my nigga, my man. I got my nigga Trap. He live in Grant. This is my nigga. He want every song like he like, yo, this shit ain't 357, nigga. I was up north, nigga. Fuck is you talking about stabbing niggas up 350s? Yo, I am not 19 neither. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga talk about give me the pat. And I'm like, yo, Trap, I'm not 19 years old no more. I'm not gonna run around and do the same shit at the age I'm at now as I was doing when I was 25. A lot of ignorant shit go on in your 20s and 30s. I gotta do this forever. Now, if it's a reason to be ignorant, I could be ignorant. Ain't no problem, and nobody really be giving me a reason. Damn, part, that's my shit. Nobody even giving me a reason to be ignorant. So, but if you want me to be ignorant, it's available.
I mean, I just watch you be ignorant. You know, like I said, like, because I was looking back at things. Please stop swinging your foot. It's confusing me. I was looking back at things, and, you know, even a situation when you call the radio, when 50 was talking, you know, 50 ain't saying nothing really bad about you. Mm-hmm. I mean, but I felt that you were just in one of those. I felt it was you were showing the seniority that you've been in the game longer, and they got to put respect on your name. But I didn't understand that whole situation. What made you call? And you were calling. You were very adamant, and you were cracking jokes. Actually, I didn't like that being from Queens. You know what I mean? I'm being honest. I didn't like it. You know what I mean? Because you cracking jokes on me now. I don't like it neither. You know what I'm saying? So those were your ignorant stages. Like, why did you do that? Why did you call up there? Because he said something about the label. What that had to do with you?
We used to only popping niggas at the label at the time, so I felt like it was a subliminal shot, so I called the radio.
Yo, Zeke, mind your business. Don't put your hands like that to me. Like that's what. But when he told you, yo, Cam, I'm not talking about you. Why you kept going?
Who running the camera? You? I don't know if you want to get a time out. This nigga got glitter on his eye. It's not for real. Like, it's throwing me off for real to keep blinking. Yo, you want to take a 5?
Yo,
dead ass.
I don't want to take a 5, man. Why?
I'm dead. No, all jokes aside, for real.
Get that glitter out. Yeah, I don't want to take a 5, bro.
All right, go ahead. My fault. Go ahead.
So, what made you? Why you kept going? When, you know, homie said that. You know, we're not talking about you, Cam.
Yeah, nah, but I told you why. I mean, like I said, I could have been.
It was a subliminal.
I could be 100% wrong, but you asked me what was my mentality at that time. Mm-hmm. My mentality at that time was just that I thought he was dissing Koch, and we was the only decent artists. Not saying Koch didn't have decent artists, but let's say most relevant artists Koch had at the time. So I just kind of took it offensive.
Okay. Another thing, real quick. Rest in peace to Prodigy. I was listening to his book. He said when he met you somewhere, he had a pink shirt on, and he said after that, you started wearing pink. Did you hear that?
I heard that story. Oh, okay. I heard that story.
I'm just saying. It's cool. I mean, it's cool. It's cool to hear the story. Hold on. It's cool to hear the story, but I'm saying that.
Is that the truth for me?
I know, man.
What I'm saying is this, and Prodigy's going. And listen, Prodigy came to the big record on my record when I was like transitioning. I'm a Bandana P fan.
Respect.
I just told you got me kicked out of school, my nigga. Like, I'm Bandana P, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Do I remember Prodigy wearing a pink shirt? No. Well, I can tell you though, and this is an actual fact. I remember seeing Prodigy for the first time, and maybe we met this time. He's talking about whatever. At the KRS-One video shoot. KRS-One, they did some Burroughs video shoot, some type of Burroughs shit. And that's when I really started getting cool with P. Mm-hmm. We could go back to that video and see if he has a pink shirt on that day.
Yo, chill out.
No, seriously, I'm just trying to say that's the first time I remember chilling with him. You know what I'm saying?
Respect.
But nah, if I do remember anything pink, and it's not no shot and no diss or nothing, it's the first pink I remember is when Nas wore pink in the video and niggas was hating on him bad at that era. They was like, what is he doing with the pink suit on? He did like, I think his Street Dreams video. Mm. And now they tried to go.
My man just put five fingers up. Like, yeah, man.
And they now God, we could chill. It's cool. And that's the first time I really noticed niggas wearing pink. I'm like, but they was dissing Nas so bad because Nas was ahead of the time for that. It was too early for that at that time.
So what made you start wearing pink?
What happened was, it was Fashion Week.
Yo, pardon me. See, why your man gotta do that, Z? I'm getting tight now. What happened was, he is a professional corny shit. Like, it's not you, bro. Stop.
That's not him?
Come on, man.
Listen, man. I don't understand what this nigga want. Listen. You want me to come up here, spit it to the mic and act like Hulkamania. Like, yo, my nigga, you rappers better look out on me. Yo, my nigga.
Okay, tell about pink.
Yo, my nigga. It was Fashion Week one year, you know what I'm saying? And Fashion Week, it was a big deal. It's pre-internet. So it was a big deal to be on Page 6. Page 6 is like the biggest shit in the newspaper. That's where they still got Page 6, like all the celebrities, what they're doing, whatever. Mm-hmm. So to make Page 6 really big, so I wanted to stand out at Fashion Week. So I got the pink mink made and the pink fur hat to go with it. And I said, I'm gonna wear this to Fashion Week. And that was the biggest thing that day. When I was out there, the pictures still floating around from that year. It's the male Mona Lisa of pictures. So it wasn't nothing that was done intentional. I just wanted to stand out that day. And it was a whole bunch of press behind it, Cam, this, that, and the third. So I started saying, let me fuck with pink. Then I was like, yo, let me find out how much it costs to get your own pink. Then I wore it that whole year. Then niggas started wearing pink. Then it just got crazy to where niggas, I'm doing an interview and niggas is like, yo, so Cam, what's next year's color? I'm like, yo. So it became marketable. It wasn't nothing that I planned on doing, but once I seen that the bitches and the niggas was feeling me, no homo on the niggas, that I was like, let's rock. You know, niggas were like, oh, nigga, Cam gay, this, man, whatever, you know.
You comfortable, you good, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, so real quick, tell us something about Cam that people don't usually know about you. Something that, it could be a movie that you watch that we wouldn't expect you to watch, a artist that you like that we wouldn't expect you to listen to on your own time, you know what I'm saying?
I like No Homo. Ro James got some dope shit. I like The Baby. You know,
what else you good at other than basketball?
Getting money.
Of course.
You know, it's my specialty, really.
What's up with Dame, man? What's up with Dame, man? What's up with Dame? Nah, cause I'm watching. What's up with Dame, man?
Dame, my man. You know?
Dame, last time I saw Dame, he talked about I had a green V-neck shirt on and he roasted me. I ain't like that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be like honest with you. Nobody gonna out-talk Dame. Just not. It's nobody gonna do it. Even if I argue with Dame, it gotta be via text. It's the only way I have a chance.
When you see the stuff like he's losing money and stuff like that, when you see those stuff out there, how does that make you feel? Because me personally, I know that you or his friends wouldn't allow him to fall to that level, in my opinion, by being around you and seeing how you are, even with me. You know what I'm saying? So, but when you hear stuff like that, how does that make you feel, if you understand what I mean?
I mean, as long as I know what's going on, you're going to hear all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? You're going to hear this, hear that. I hear some bullshit about me every day. But as far as how I feel, if I speak to Dame and I know he good, then he good. You know what I'm saying? As far as what niggas is saying, I can't go with what niggas is saying. If I can speak to that man on the phone and he tell me what's going on with him and he tell me he good, then he good.
Dipset has had a lot of issues. Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go down and list of some things that I've always wanted to ask. What?
No, yo, listen, let me tell you.
Nobody's scared of Freaky, man. You looking at Freaky, you trying to calm him down?
I'm
like the other nigga. What's the other nigga?
No homo. You think I'm here looking at Freaky with no homo? What kind of gay shit you think
Freaky
we on?
right there. Freaky's...
Yo, man, what you think I'm just glancing
over?
What's
your man that... Time out. What's your man that pressed me at Foot Locker? Let's talk about that real quick.
Listen, let me tell y'all this, right? You too, G.
And you did apologize to me.
I'm telling both of y'all this. We gonna do about 15 more minutes. Don't ask me about my songs or whatever. But like, ask what y'all want to ask, even if you think I don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Even if you think I want to hear it, and I'll just tell you I want to talk about it. But let's just ask like whatever y'all want to get to.
What are you talking about?
No,
Because my man just
asking,
went 5 minutes. So I'm saying let's do another 15 minutes, but let's get to
I'm asking what I want to know.
Got you. So, go ahead. I just wanted to tell you that because he gave me a little sign.
Nah, I appreciate it.
Nah, go ahead. Let's go.
But you heard the question I asked you.
While I'm looking at freaky? I'm not looking at freaky.
I said your man pressed me
I'm
at
sorry.
Foot Locker. Remember that?
Yeah.
And, you know, you apologize. He apologized.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
He loved your show. My man B.
Yeah,
He
for
wanted to be here whenever I did your show, man. I forgot to call him.
Why did Dipset get into so much issues? I could go down on them. You know, one of them, you know me.
Well, to be honest with you,
Is it him?
no. Maybe, sometimes.
Did he jump in a crowd in Philadelphia or some shit like that?
No, my man British did that.
Oh, well, yeah. He's a nice guy. I met him. He's like that?
But I'm saying the first nigga in the crowd was British. And then Zeke jumped in there too, but British went first. But see how it turned to get people into nice guys? You would never thought of that of British.
I never thought that out of British. Not British, nah.
Like British is a real estate agent now and all type of shit. You know where I met Brit at? In a shootout.
Really?
He was on my side, but that's what I'm saying. That's the first day I met him. First day ever I met Brit, he did some wild shit.
So back to what I'm saying is that, you know, Dipset got into a lot of issues. And I asked, you know, why? What you know?
Let me tell you something, man, right? And I'm just giving you Harlem.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in Harlem my whole life. Like I said, east side to west side, everywhere. I've never had a problem in Harlem until I got a record deal. Not one problem ever. Maybe little fights here and there. I've never got to no beef, shootout, none of this shit till I got a record deal. Mm-hmm. It come with the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, my nigga, you get money, be in the neighborhood, you're doing more than other people do. If you can't do for everybody, somebody's gonna have a problem. Mm-hmm. And that's just not Harlem, that's everywhere. Mm-hmm. You know, and niggas think you get $2 that you could take care of everybody. And everybody can't go for the ride because it's not as much money as people think. People make it look good, but everybody can't go. You know who took everybody? MC Hammer. 200 niggas a night. Know how much that costs? I don't know, and I like him. I'm an MC Hammer fan. I just know he could be living better than what he is now. Not saying he ain't living good now. He could be, but he says it. You know, he talks about it. That's how I know.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
How'd you feel when Jim Jones branched off with the whole Bird Gang joint?
Bird Gang?
Well, he copywrote Bird Gang.
I know that. Well, I want to know how he felt about it when
he copywrote Bird Gang shit. Yeah.
Well,
right.
My goal was for everybody to have their own shit. Mm-hmm. Everybody did have their own shit. It's just that like I said, everybody was on a lack of communication. And being the age I am now, maybe I should have had a conversation with Jim, or maybe he should have a conversation with me and we could have handled things differently. But the way I felt at that particular time, I'm like, yo, you busting moves, you could at least let me know we busting moves, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was kind of upset about it at the time, but I understood it. I just thought we could have communicated better about it.
Why did you copyright Bird Gang?
Because I just told him I felt he was busting moves without telling me, and when I asked him if he's gonna branch off, he said no, so I copywrote it. If you told me no, it shouldn't matter that I copywrote it. That was my mentality at the time.
And what Capo copywrote it?
Capo copywrote after that?
Yeah.
We talk about that later.
Okay.
How'd you feel when you first found out that Max B was doing music?
Max B? How did I find out?
How'd you feel when you found out about him doing music? You grew up with him.
Oh, Max B came to me and said, you know, he got out of jail one time and he came up to me outside Dirty Kitchen. I was at this restaurant in Harlem. He was like, yo, Cam, I do music now. Let's get this shit clicking like Dorothy's heels. And I was just like, yo, Charlie, man, yo, what are you talking about right now? He's like, this is a nigga you know. He's like, nah, I really fuck around. I do music. I'm Max Bigavelli. I'm like, what's that? He says, I'm Biggie and Machiavelli mixed in one. So I'm just started laughing because this nigga never rapped in nothing before. I was like, yeah, all right, we'll see, whatever. So Jim came to me, he's like, yo, man, I'm gonna fuck with the nigga Charlie Rambo, you know, some Max B shit. I'm like, God. You know, I didn't pay it no mind, you know what I'm saying? Because Max, you know, always was in and out of jail, he's always doing some wild shit. And for him to see him be dead serious about music is really, really impressive because, to be honest with you, that man came to me before anybody else, and I didn't see the vision because I grew up with him maybe, and I wasn't paying attention to the music as closely as I should have been paying attention to it because I know him from something totally different.
Right.
Did you try to squash the beef between him and Capo?
I really, you know, during that time, I kind of really wasn't in the mix with Capo or Max. I mean, me and Capo had probably stopped speaking around that time when they started shaking. And then Max was signed to Capo, so I see Max and we be chilling this, that, and the third. And I really wasn't in the middle of their beef when they was going through whatever they was going through.
So you never tried to like rectify it?
I wasn't around even one.
What about
like
now?
that.
You try to rectify it now?
Well, I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, okay.
Respect. That. You know
let me look.
Listen, my thing is this: when it comes to that situation, you need to talk to them two niggas or talk to Jim. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question. That situation that happened in London, you remember that? Were you there?
Which one?
The one that the people in London said that they kidnapped some of your guys. Do you remember that situation? Were you there?
No, I wasn't there.
Okay. Zeke, you was there? No. Oh, all right. What do you know why a situation like that? What happened?
Well, they said they sent money over here for all of us to do a show. None of us got $1. So when we went back over there, they thought that we was part of the people who was stealing the money or whatever the case may be. And I understand it because every time I hear the story, it's more money, 40,000 pounds, than they say it's 60,000 pounds or 80,000 pounds. Their money is worth more than our money. So if these some street niggas who might have put all their money in to get niggas there and niggas ain't getting no money, then I understand that they had a problem about that. But they think all of us is involved because I've been to London after that situation you talk about, and I got the word that they was coming to my show, and this was 5-6 years after that happened, and they was trying to get at me, but I got the word, so I didn't even go to the show. Word. And there was 50 niggas there waiting for me.
At the show?
Mm-hmm.
I heard you talked about this before, right? And I feel like, in retrospect, you could think about it now. You have put yourself on the line for the team. You know what I'm saying? And I say that to say, because I heard you talk about it, even the situation was a true life situation. You know what I mean? What happened? I'm not aware of you and him having any personal problems. It was probably him and Capo that had the issue. Yes? Like, you put your hands out. Meaning that, so when certain situations transpired and niggas may have not been on the same page, that didn't make you feel good? You was upset. So you lashed out and you reacted.
Lashed out at who?
By distancing yourself. That's the last form of lashing out.
No, my mom had a stroke. Not only that didn't happen, but my mom had a stroke. We and my mom moved to Florida for 2 years. Not only that, first of all, before that even happened, we wasn't speaking. When me and True Life got into whatever we got into and Capo on the radio started talking about niggas, that's when niggas found out we wasn't speaking. But we wasn't speaking before that anyway. But Capo got on the radio and was talking, yo, Cam this, Cam that. Then people found out that we had a problem with each other.
Got it. So nobody knew. You don't talk about business. So everybody else that have an issue, you don't do that.
What you mean?
Anybody that have an issue with you don't talk about it.
Unless I'm defending myself.
Okay.
I don't never put business out there in the beginning in the first place. Only time I talk personal business with my family or if it's beef or whatever is when I'm defending myself. That's it. Or I tell my side of the story. It be all type of sides of the stories, but I don't need to talk about it unless I feel like, damn, I got to defend myself on this. A lot of shit I let slide because I'm like, who gives a fuck what people think? If I know what's going on, I don't really give a fuck what niggas be thinking.
How do you feel that Alpo was home?
I have no feelings about it.
That nigga got a hat. Nah, that's my. Do you have no feeling?
This nigga, yeah, man.
You got no feeling they home, but you played him in the movie, yes?
Yeah.
But did you ever speak to him? You never got to speak to him. Not a chance to speak to Capo at all.
No.
And you have no feel. You don't know him. You know.
No.
But you have been hearing that he's going around taking pictures with people. Yes.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I have no feelings.
You mind your business.
That's it.
Respect. All right.
Speaking of acting, I wanted to know how hard is it to
That nigga hat, bro. I'm looking for a G. Nigga got a hat. You guys see this picture? This nigga ill, so he got
Alpo.
That nigga true-blooded. But a nigga got a hat with no label on it. Nigga got a blank hat. You gotta watch that nigga, son. Yeah, G-Mo.
Nah, you crazy. Yeah. Now I want to know, like, how hard is it for you to be acting in the movies? Like, you paid in full joint compared to you working on the album.
All that shit easy, man. The movie, not saying acting is easy, paid in full shit was kind of easy because everybody pretty much knew the story already. Mm-hmm. You know, Dame was executive producer on the movie. So they had a script, and a lot of shit in the script was corny. So the director, Charles Stone, was real cool. He was like, yo, I was reading it, I'm like, this is not what the nigga in Harlem gonna say. So I would do a take where I read the lines, and then I do a take of what a nigga would say in that position. I would improv. Right. And most of the movie is my improv. Like that Kermie shit, that shit wasn't in the movie. You know what I'm saying? When I be like, man, fuck all that, I'm gonna eat regardless, man. Like that shit wasn't in the movie, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of shit they kept, even like to the point where niggas like, not saying that line was in the movie, but you know I'm eating chips and like I'm like, yo, give me some chips to make it seem more natural. He was letting me live on that set because I was like, this shit is mad corny with the way y'all niggas got it, trying to be all niggas. So that movie was pretty easy to do because I had a lot of leeway. Now if I had another part to play with, like a nigga like fucking Oliver Stone or somebody's directing it, I don't know if it's gonna be as easy as playing that part.
I have 3 more questions for you, and then I'm done. And then you know, right? You my nigga, son. I really appreciate you, bro.
This nigga's wild,
man. I love you though, man. Like, you really try to help me in my business though.
Nah, that's a fact though. I want to see you win.
It took a nigga from Harlem, man. You know, I had a lot of stories about you and stuff like that, and you know, the stories I hear and who you are, it doesn't add up to me. You know what I'm saying? Because you solid to me.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You put me on the phone with good people to try to help my podcast go to the next level.
Absolutely.
You and Bimmy are the only 2 people that did that. You know what I mean? As far as like the podcast is concerned.
Appreciate that.
You know, I definitely appreciate that. Mm-hmm. One of the questions, who the hell is the lady that sing Killer Cam? Who the hell is that? Who is that?
It's a man. His name is Opera Steve.
He's a man. Pause. Really?
Mm-hmm. And that's one of the Heatmakers. I met him a couple times, but Heatmakers sent me the beat with him in it already. But fire. He's a singer named Opera Steve.
Okay. What happened with Cousin Bangs? What's up with him?
He's in jail right now. Don't want to speak on why or what's going on.
You don't want to speak on that? You answered my question.
Got a case going on right now.
Oh, okay. And do you miss Juju?
No.
Oh, there you go. I'm about to turn it. What you mean you don't miss it? Like, cut it out, man. It's me, boy. It's me. Look at me. It's your brother.
Okay. I'm saying, like,
and they love you. Let me not take credit.
Look, listen, I don't wish her no ill.
That nigga is a sniper king, nigga.
Listen, I don't take no ill will against her. I'm really happy for her what she's doing, but as far as being in a relationship, no, not if you ask a relationship wise, absolutely not. But
you miss as a person.
I'm happy. Listen, I don't miss her at all, but I wish her well, and I hope she does well. I don't want no beef with her. I don't want no problems. But you asking like, do I miss her? Like, yo, I need to see where she's at. No.
What turned you off about her? I know. I let you give me permission
Nigga
to say it.
said I know no homo, man.
I let you give me permission to say it.
No.
All right.
Let's keep the peace, man.
All right.
This nigga here, man.
I mean, you worse than the DC snipers.
Nah.
You are.
Nah.
I watched you. I just don't like niggas like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, you know, people come around niggas just to be around you, play around little tricks. I watch you move, man. You know what I'm saying? You got 4 phones. You got an iPhone 4. You know what I'm saying? You give niggas the other number. You got an iPhone 4, 6, 8, and a 10. You know what I'm saying? You got 4 phones. And the iPhone 4 is your main phone. It's the most disrespectful shit. The newest phone is the bullshit. Like, it's like the most backwards shit ever. The newest phone is the bullshit phone, the burner. And the iPhone 4 is the main line. Nah, but I you know, the reason why I asked that about Shorty is because a lot of people people don't understand that, you know, to the public, you seem like a cold-hearted man, you don't got no feelings, but in all reality, you do.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You do got feelings, and you have expressed pause, no homo, but you have...
Listen, what I'm trying to tell you is this. When it come to that, my nigga, I'm not going to do right. And that's, like I said, I don't want to do right. I'm out here right now. I'm enjoying being out here a little bit.
Okay.
I'm enjoying that.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do the right thing right now. I got a few more months in me.
That's real.
I want to act crazy.
40.
Yeah, man, you know, everybody on me.
Now, I watched it.
Daughters, grandmothers, aunts, nieces. I'm in a weird space, nigga. Like,
I watched
you
it.
be on me, my nigga.
I'm saying, you made me stop talking to people. Now,
Oh, God.
Yeah, let's keep it off camera, man.
nah.
Keep trying to lean toward with this sniper shit, yo.
You not a sniper?
Listen, man.
A fan wrote and told me to ask you about a fight between somebody named Blicky and Cannabis and I didn't understand the question.
Nigga said Blicky.
You know about some shit like that?
Blinky.
Blinky. What the fuck was that? Because the nigga wrote a question like your ex came about what happens. I Googled that shit. I couldn't find it. I said, what was it, a 3-way fight? Like, what type of fight was it? Pause. That sound crazy.
Blink was down All Out. And I don't know, because Blink, my man, I don't know exactly the details, but I think Cannabis said some slick shit on a rhyme one time. And this was a long time ago, and I heard Blink beat him up. I wasn't there, I didn't see it, but definitely heard that. The Cannabis said some slick shit, and he was at the club or something, and Blink beat him up. Blink from the east side of Harlem.
Okay.
Nothing else? Y'all good?
So of course, you know, in closing, we got to speak about, you know, the album, Purple Haze 2.
Absolutely.
15 years later.
Yes, Purple Haze 2 is kind of like a book. I tell a lot of stories on there and shit. A lot of shit that I didn't want to talk about because it was too close to the time it actually happened. But I feel like people should got over a lot of shit. So I tell a lot of stories on there and a lot of information, man. You know, not necessarily everything, but hopefully leading up to some bigger shit. But it's like a book on there. It's a book. It's a lot of stories on there.
What's the difference between Cam from Confessions of Fire to Purple Haze 2?
My first album, I was 20. You know, I'm a grown-ass man now. I came in this game as a kid, so you see my whole life grow up in front of the camera. And difference that I would say right now is that I'm more lax. If I need to turn up, I will. But at the end of the day, I could work at a pace that way I'm comfortable at. Cam at 20 years old, Confess to Fire, I was under the gun and had to do this and had to meet a deadline and had to hurry up and shoot a video and learn the business and all that shit. Now I can work at a pace that's more comfortable.
What's up with that girl from What Means the World to You? Where's she at?
I don't know.
Why you always never know nobody? What's up with my man 40 Cal? He good?
I haven't spoken to him.
Got you.
But I hope he's good.
Louis said, what
What the fuck?
Nah. Hey, yo, Zeke, when can we get an interview, Zeke? When can we get an interview?
Whenever you ready.
You not scared to interview with us, right? Yeah. You seem mellow too, man. All jokes aside, no disrespect. Are y'all niggas on some type of Ritalin or some shit? Like y'all niggas too calm, like focused? I'm just saying, like, cause when you grow up and watch you niggas, like even Cam, sound like he make me want to be when
Let me tell you something.
I told you money this. Like he made me calm
something.
down a little bit, cause
Let me tell you something, man. You know why? I seen some of the guests, man. They got a lot of built up shit no homo over years. that they got held up inside, and they come up here with this energy of 25 or 30 years of hate, of whatever the fuck they was going through when they get there, so their energy be different.
No, I love the energy. You did good.
I'm just saying, no, I seen niggas like this and your shit like this. Fuck they thought. I'm like, yo, niggas is mad. You know what I'm saying? But this is an outlet for them to come up here and basically have a platform to tell their story, which is really dope, to where I ain't got to fight for that platform that they need. So it's dope what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Good looking.
Yeah.
Thank you. Desiree Perez is the CEO of Rock Nation. Heard she is no good. That's what I heard. I really don't know. I looked it up and stuff like that. So my man King Erner, he did a blog on her. I don't know if that's true. Do you know anything about this woman?
Nah,
Does Dame know her?
I don't know.
Can I say rest in peace to T?
Yeah, absolutely. Hell yeah.
Can I tell the people that I spoke to on the phone? Would you
Yeah,
mind?
yeah, it's all good. Hell yeah. That's a
Rest
fact.
in peace. Pardon me.
Yeah,
Rest in
man.
peace to T.
No, I appreciate it.
You know, I think we shared a great conversation. We was on the phone, me, you, and her was on the phone for about 2 hours.
Right.
And the stories that she admitted to was hilarious, man. I just want to say, you the man with the master plan, man.
Yeah, I forget what we was talking about, but I remember it was all facts. But that's my baby, man.
Yeah.
I know her since I was fucking 19 years old too. So
the illest joint you said when she got an apartment near you. You know what I'm saying? That was fire.
she moved around the corner on the nigga, man, and left the keys on the nigga car.
She admitted to everything. Like rest in peace to her, man. And
yeah, man.
I was my condolences, but I definitely
appreciate that.
you. You got anything else? You know, and I appreciate you going over the time, man, for us, man.
Cut it out. It's all good.
I mean, you know, because you look like a lost bumblebee, but you know, you good, man. You know what I'm saying?
What kind of shirt you got on?
I got mics for my sponsors, nigga. What's up?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I say something? All jokes aside.
What?
What? You this don't look like a whole yoga outfit, dead ass. Dead serious though.
Hey, yo, Killer, chill out.
Dead ass, yo, serious.
I used to jokes aside and say that.
Nah,
I love you. Yo, Killer, don't do that to me, Killer.
I used to jokes aside and say that.
Yo, I appreciate you, man. Thank you, man.
Yo, good looking, bro.
Yo, thank you guys. Pleasure.
We gonna sign out, man. Let him walk away.
Y'all want to send us a drink?
Yeah, we about to sign out. We got to sign out.
Come do something else.
No. Oh, you just say bye to the camera, man. Just Purple Haze 2 coming.